While groaning in pain, Moon Yongho asked how Kang Woo had launched such a powerful attack. Kang Woo simply replied that he was stronger, and the foolish decision gave him 3 seconds to attack. Moon Yongho continued to be teased by Kang Woo until he got angrier. He took out his sword and used the skill blade of unreserved slaughter, but Kang Woo laughed at him. Do you have to shout the name of the skill when you want to attack? According to Kang Woo, still, he was a commander-in-chief of one of the big 5 guilds, and he wasn't weak. Moon Yonghan began to attack with considerable force, but Kang Woo uses the skill power of shadow. This skill can make Kang Woo go in and out of the shadow he summons. Kang Woo avoided Moon Yongho's attack, and in the blink of an eye he was behind him. With the power of shockwave, Kang Woo attacked Moon Yonghan until he was knocked against the wall till he fainted, and the fight was over. Cha Yanju apologized to Kang Woo for what happened today. She would expel Moon Yonghan from the guild and would warn the other guild members so something similar would not happen. But Kang Woo didn't care because he was overjoyed to have obtained armor rank unique. This gargoyle armor has a special effect. For 10 seconds, the user's physical defense is multiplied by 2 by the calculation effect, and the cooldown for calculation is 24 hours. Kang Woo thought of Moon Yonghan, that he had gone to that extent, and disobeyed his guildmaster's orders. Is this what is called being blinded by love? Kang Woo couldn't wear the armor now because it was too big, but Cha Yenju would change the size later, because all the business there was finished. Kang Woo left the Red Rose Guild. Cha Yenju was still thinking, how could someone who just became a player 3 weeks ago beat Moon Yongho? According to Cha Yenju, there was a possibility that she had welcomed a world ranker from Korea. World rankers, they are the top 8 players in the world from all countries on Earth. Currently, there are no world rankers from Korea. There were rumors that Baek Kang-yoon, who was Korea's #1 ranker, could become a world ranker, but he didn't succeed. According to Cha Yenju, there is a possibility that Kang Woo will become a world ranker from Korea. A few days later, Kang Woo went to meet Tae-soo because he wanted to introduce 2 new party members. They are Kim Si-hoon and Choi Yoonbi. Kim Si-hoon is a level 12 warrior. He just reached his 2nd awakening and his special skills are rank A, whereas Choi Yoonbi is a mage with the B rank special skill. She has a lively personality. Kang Woo saw Si-hoon as a polite and very sensitive young man. He has also achieved 2nd awakening, which has rank A skills, as well as his handsome face. According to Kang Woo, he is like the main character in the manhwa. Kang Woo didn't feel any ill will towards the 2 of them either. Kang Woo saw that this party was quite good. Has tankers, long and close range damage dealers and healers who can give heal and buff at the same time. This was indeed the best member of a party of 4 people. Not only that, this party has 2 people with 2nd awakening and special skill rank A, and the other members have special skill rank B. According to Kang Woo, this was not just a normal hunting party, but also a hard carry party. According to Kang Woo, because the party was good, he would accompany them for today's hunt. They entered the gate of the goblin territory, and Kang Woo would only watch over them. The party hunted goblin horns. With enough effort they beat them all. But according to Kang Woo, this party has many points that must be improved. Firstly, Tae-soo. He has pretty sharp eyes and knows how to attract monsters' attention as a tanker, and the problem is because he is too focused on hitting them with his strength. Because it uses a lot of unnecessary stamina, creates weaknesses that a tanker shouldn't have. If that happens, what if a boss monster appears? Then Han, she gave a buff to Tae-soo and thought keeping the tanker's vitality was a good decision. But trying to overcome the enemy with arrows of light is not a good decision. Healers have become the enemy's main target, and again, by attacking, it will make it even more difficult for tankers to attract the enemy's attention. Next, Yoonbi. She should lower her power level and electric magic, can immobilize enemies with weak attacks, and shouldn't use strong skills at first. The main attacker is Si-hoon and Yoonbi only as an assistant. All party members have points that must be repaired, except for Si-hoon. Kang Woo impressed Si-hoon. He was a genius, but like an uncut diamond. They also continued the hunt and had to do the advice that Kang Woo had given. They carried out the hunt efficiently and had good cooperation. Kang Woo was also impressed. If it continues like this, They might be able to advance to gate rank C within a month. While they were resting, suddenly a monster ran towards Taesu. Kang Woo was surprised because it was a demon wolf. Due to fast reflexes, Si-hoon saves Taesu with his skills dealing a damage, but he is sent flying. Kang Woo quickly used the skill power of 1000 and killed the monster with one punch. They were all impressed by Kang Woo's strength. Kang Woo admits that Si-hoon is a genius. He was strong enough to take on demonic beasts as opponents. Even if he was a player who had the rank skill for his second awakening, he was strong. Kang Woo helped Si-hoon to help him up, but Kang Woo's goal was to use the skill power of observation on him. Kang Woo just tried to see if there was a power he was hiding, but Kang Woo could also see his stats window. Kang Woo was very surprised. Si-hoon's stats were a descendant of the SSS rank martial god, a hero who was destined to become the protector of the world. Kang Woo thought, like he was the main character, martial god, because his swordsmanship is extraordinary. Kang Woo thought that Si-hoon might become a dangerous threat to him in the future, but Kang Woo wouldn't let a diamond like this get away with it. It would be good to build a friendly relationship with him by providing as much help as Cha Yenju did to him. But he might point his sword at Kang Woo one day, because seeing his nature to make his body hurt to save Taesu, Kang Woo thought that Si-hoon was not that kind of person. Due to Si-hoon's submissive nature, Kang Woo had the intention of making Si-hoon his slave. Taesu wonders why a strong person like Si-hoon hasn't joined the guild yet. Si-hoon replied that right now he doesn't want to enter any guild, especially one of the top 5 guilds, the Mir Guild. Si-hoon didn't want to talk about what happened to him with the Mir Guild. After everything was done, they left the gate. Han really wanted to eat with Kang Woo, but Kang Woo suddenly had to leave because he had some business. When Si-hoon was about to leave, Kang Woo took him to a quiet alley. Si-hoon wondered why Kang Woo took him to a place like this. Suddenly Kang Woo made a punch to his heart. Kang Woo infused his demonic energy into Si-hoon's heart. Si-hoon was in so much pain that he passed out. But Kang Woo said that Si-hoon would forget what happened this time. When Si-hoon opens his eyes later, he will live his life as usual. According to Kang Woo too, he could use his power when the Si-hoon became Kang Woo's familiar spirit. When Si-hoon woke up, he didn't know what happened to him and passed out. He thought he had fainted from being hit by the demon wolf earlier. With anger, he had to get even stronger, and Si-hoon named Vice Guild Masters Mir and Kim Young-hun. The reason he wanted to get stronger was because he wanted his sword to sink into the neck of the bastard from the Mir Guild. Kang Woo had no intention of using his authority over Si-hoon as his own. Kang Woo wanted to make him a subordinate purely for bail. According to Kang Woo, after Si-hoon gets stronger, maybe his strength will be on par with Balak. Balak is a loyal subordinate of Kang Woo in 9 Hells. Si-hoon's existence is very important to Kang Woo. Besides, Kang Woo's power is still sealed. He also has to face the demonic cult. Because of that, Kang Woo will help Si-hoon become strong. Then guild leader Andres contacted Kang Woo because he had information about the traces of demonic energy at the B rank gate. He explained that it seemed to be the work of a monster and not a human. Kang Woo thought it was a monster from hell. After arriving at the B rank gate, many parties had gathered, and they were angry that they were not allowed to enter. According to the gatekeeper, an unrecognized mutation monster has appeared and has killed 10 people. The gate guard also told that the monster resembled a lion. Kang Woo immediately knew that the monster was Demon Boer. According to Kang Woo, Boer is one of the strongest predators from the second hell. This demon resembles a lion, has 5 legs, and has a special trait, unlike other demons. A special trait known as full stomach. Regardless of its size, as long as this monster consumes 5 prey in one day, it will have a full stomach and will not attack first. According to Kang Woo, it would be easy if he gave him 5 monsters first, then attacked him in satiated condition. Kang Woo immediately contacted Cha Yenju to ask for access to the gate that was being guarded. Because Cha Yenju knew government officials, Kang Woo could indeed enter the gate, but it would cost a lot. After the gatekeeper spoke to Cha Yenju over the phone, Kang Woo was allowed to enter the gate. Hearing Kang Woo talk to Cha Yenju from Red Rose Guild, the gatekeeper was curious about Kang Woo's identity. Even the reporters who were there started recording and photographing Kang Woo, They said this would be big news. The parties that had gathered there started paying attention to Kang Woo. As they remembered, there was not a man like him from the Red Rose Guild. Apart from Kang Woo, there was also one party that was allowed to enter the gate. He was Kang Sung-soo, a rookie who was quite popular from the Mir Guild. Kang Sung-soo and his party members mocked Kang Woo because he was confident about entering the gate alone, especially after his fourth awakening. They told Kang Woo to join their party to carry their stuff. Kang Woo answered them with a smile and was willing to join in. But Kang Woo's initial intention of joining them was to sacrifice them to the boer monsters. Coincidentally, their party consisted of 6 people. Kang Woo grinned. This would be an easy opportunity to feed Monster Boer. The Mir Guild knows that there is someone sponsored by the Red Rose Guild. Guild Mir ordered Kang Sung-soo to humiliate Kang Woo and Guild Red Rose. Together, they thought that Guild Mir was higher than Guild Red Rose. They started to enter the gate, and Kang Woo asked Kang Sung-soo and his party members to cooperate. Kang Sung-soo thought of Kang Woo that he had no pride and was just a fool. Kang Sung-soo thought that Kang Woo was a special person because the Red Rose Guild sponsored him, but it turned out to be just a loser. Kang Sung-soo and his party members also started to speak ill of Cha Yenju, and the Red Rose Guild was a collection of scum compared to the Vice Guild Master Mir, Kim Young-hoon. Mir's guildmaster is Kim Jae-hyun, conglomerate owner of the electronic company Mir. He became a player with his son Kim Young-hoon 5 years ago in the gate incident. With funds flowing from Mir Electronics, he leveled up quickly as a ranker, then founded the Mir Guild. After searching for a long time, Kang Sung-soo and his party members were annoyed that they had not found the monster yet. They were also more annoyed to see Kang Woo, who just smiled like a fool. Unbeknownst to them, Kang Woo used the observation skill and already knew the location of the monsters. Then Kang Woo used the power of temptation. The skill can emit a very good smell to increase appetite. Kang Sung-soo and his party members were astonished, because suddenly there was a very good smell in the middle of the labyrinth. According to Kang Woo, the monster should be able to smell it from a distance. Sure enough, suddenly, the monster came and killed one member of Kang Sung-soo's party. Kang Sung-soo ordered Kang Woo to be cornered because he thought that Kang Woo would be useless and would only get in his way. Kang Sung-soo and his party members formed a formation and attacked the monster Boer with all their might, but it was useless. One by one, his party members started to get killed and became food for the monster Boer. Kang Sung-soo was also hit by the monster's attack and received a fatal injury, but was still conscious. After Monster Boer ate 5 members of Kang Sung-soo's party, the monster immediately had a full stomach. Kang Woo began to move and use his skill. Kang Woo combines 2 skills, namely Power of Dark Spear and Hell of Fire. Kang Woo also had to concentrate because he had to use 2 powers simultaneously. At the same time, Kang Woo's stat window popped up and he got the S rank Biden skill. This skill will allow Kang Woo to have better control over the skills he has acquired. Kang Woo threw the powerful attack at the monster Boer's head, and the monster died in 1 hit. Due to defeating rank B fragments, Kang Woo rose 6 levels and has reached level 40, and his 5th awakening has been unlocked. Kang Woo's stats window tells him that his demonic energy stats have reached 60, and fulfill one condition: extreme demonic delay. According to Kang Woo, there was no useful information regarding extreme demonic delay, and had a hunch that this would give him immense strength. He was the first to hear about it even though he had been in hell for 10,000 years. Kang Woo believed that if he raised his stats as a player, he could surpass the demonic king to become a demonic god. Kang Woo used the gluttony skill on the monster's corpse, and its demonic energy increased. Kang Sung-soo saw everything that Kang Woo was doing and asked, "Really? Who was Kang Woo?" Seeing Kang Woo heading towards him, Kang Sung-soo was frightened. Kang Woo tortured him and asked who told him to provoke. After suffering enough, Kang Sung-soo replied that it was Mir's guild representative, Kim Young-hoon. The reason was Kim Young-hoon asked Cha Yenju out before, but he was flatly rejected. Kang Woo was surprised. With that ridiculous reason, he had a grudge against the Red Rose Guild. Kang Sung-soo also showed a photo of Kim Young-hoon, and according to Kang Woo, he looked like someone. Kang Woo didn't kill Kang Sung-soo, but told him to do something. Then the two of them came out of the gate, and many reporters asked questions. Why only the two of them? And what happened to the other members? And what about the mutated monsters? With perfect acting, Kang Woo told that the other party members died because the monster was too strong. And a hero who saved his life, as well as killed the mutation monster, was Mir Guild's Kang Sung-soo. Kang Woo told reporters while crying that Kang Sung-soo fought as monsters alone. As a result, Kang Sung-soo became the headline that is being talked about a lot. Cha Yenju, who saw Kang Sung-soo's news, made headlines. She saw that his slumped face was not caused by a monster at all, but instead looked like a human's. She thought about what Kang Woo did while inside the gate. Cha Yenju was having a discussion about the mutant monster with Guildmaster Sanari, Jang Hyunju, and she asked where Cha Yenju got Kang Woo from. According to Jang Hyunju, the mutant monsters were probably the work of the demonic cult. It was only a matter of time. People who weren't from the 5 great guilds found out about them. If the truth that a cult uses humans as sacrifices for its rituals is not known, it is likely that the world will descend into chaos. Then Kang Woo met Cha Yenju to ask for a gate pass rank S, and Cha Yenju advised Kang Woo not to hunt there. Cha Yenju told Kang Woo that the demonic cult's activities had increased recently. Cha Yenju didn't know how big their cult was. That's why the Red Rose Guild cooperated with the government to hunt them down. Only the Red Rose Guild helped out of the 5 major guilds. The reason was because many of Red Rose's guild members had been sacrificed while investigating the demonic cult. With a huge killing intent, Cha Yenju said she wanted to punish them herself. Cha Yenju asked Kang Woo to participate in investigating the demonic cult. According to Kang Woo, this is a jackpot. Kang Woo can get demonic energy anytime if he follows their plan. After Kang Woo got his 5th awakening, he got a new trait skill, Master of Demonic Monster. This skill can summon demonic monsters from other dimensions. The stronger the summoned demonic monster, the more demonic energy is needed. Because it is limited to once every 3 months, Kang Woo must summon the most powerful demonic monsters he can summon. If Kang Woo's theory is correct, the gate has a role as a bridge that connects the earth with other dimensions. The higher the rank gate, the stronger the monsters that will come. That's what the demonic monsters from hell call the dimensional gap. According to Kang Woo, the same logic should apply to the summon skill, and the strength of the demonic monsters that can be summoned should be similar to the gate rank. Kang Woo went to gate rank S under the supervision of Hwaring squad players. With a pass gate rank S from Cha Yenju, Kang Woo was allowed to enter easily. Then Kang Woo began to enter the gate, and the territory was the sea with a beautiful view. According to Kang Woo, if it wasn't for S-rank monsters appearing, this would be a good place to relax. Kang Woo also looked around the place and found a suitable place to summon his demonic monster. Kang Woo hopes that the monster he summons is Cerberus. If it's just a physical problem, Cerberus is stronger than the 3rd hell demon. Kang Woo started the summoning with concentration until a crack appeared. Kang Woo's stats window told him that he had succeeded in making the crack needed to summon. A large crack was formed due to the influence of the demonic energy within the core. 10,000 Demand rank SSS. This was the first time Kang Woo saw a green gate, because most of the gates were bluish. The stats window tells Kang Woo that the connection with the outer world cannot be blocked due to the loss of the Gaia system function. The dimensional gate is connected because the continent of Erner is open. Kang Woo was confused because this was the first time he had heard of the continent of Erner. The summoning demonic monster was successful, and a large dragon appeared who was injured. The system announced that the dragon was the child of the demon dragon Kargas. An S-rank Echidna hatching dragon had registered as a Kang Woo summon monster. Not only dragons, there were several people who were summoned. They spoke a language that Kang Woo could not understand. From the moment the gate was opened, Kang Woo already knew that his clothes weren't what Korean people used to wear, and they really looked like characters that came out of a fantasy world. First of all, Kang Woo had to find out what they were saying. Kang Woo used the power of communication skill. Skill can make Kang Woo communicate with people who have a different language from him. The one who led them was Reynold von Arnon, the 3rd prince of the Arnon kingdom. Kang Woo also didn't know about Arnon's kingdom, and after Kang Woo noticed again, there was an elf and a dwarf. Because Kang Woo didn't know what was going on, he couldn't let the demon he had just summoned just die.